Lewis Hamilton was riding his bike with one hand. He had the camera pointed backward, angled at Kim Kardashian trailing behind him. She was mid-pose when the bike drifted right, and then came the scream. He caught the whole thing. She posted it herself on her own Instagram under a carousel captioned one word, lately. That single post is the most revealing thing either of them has done publicly in 5 months of this relationship. Not because of the fall, because of what it takes to post that. Kim Kardashian has been one of the most photographed and image-conscious people on the planet for nearly 2 decades. She does not accidentally post unflattering moments. She does not casually throw a screaming on a bicycle clip into a carousel without thinking about it. Fact that she chose that video, a moment of zero control, pure instinct, genuinely unguarded, tells you more about where she is emotionally in this relationship than any statement she could have given to any magazine. And here is what makes it even more specific. Hamilton filmed it. She posted it. That is 2 people who are fully comfortable with each other, fully comfortable with the world seeing that comfort, and still saying absolutely nothing about it out loud. That has been the pattern since the beginning. Neither of them has confirmed this relationship in a single public statement, interview, or direct social media caption. Not one word. And yet here we are, 5 months of documented sightings, paparazzi exclusives, social media moves, and now her own Instagram. This needs to be stated plainly because it matters to understanding everything else. Lewis Hamilton has not said Kim Kardashian's name in any public interview in connection to a romantic relationship. Kim Kardashian has not said Lewis Hamilton's name in any public interview in connection to a romantic relationship. No joint statement. No "we're official" post. No interview where either of them addressed it directly. What exists publicly, beyond photographs, are sourced claims from unnamed insiders speaking to various outlets that people close to Hamilton believe he has finally met his match, that the connection is described as more than casual, that Hamilton had been regularly video calling her during his Formula One schedule. Those are sourced claims. Kim did say something relevant, but she said it before any of this started. On her sister's podcast, she spoke about why she had not been dating. She said her kids needed her. She said she was getting them up every morning, taking them to school, putting them to bed every night, and that she genuinely did not have the time or bandwidth for a relationship. She said she was okay with that. She said that. And then she started posting this man on her Instagram. The distance between those two things, between "I haven't had time to date" and "here is a video of me screaming on a bike next to Lewis Hamilton," is the actual story of how fast and how completely this relationship moved. The first time this relationship moved onto social media, it was not Kim who did it. It was Hamilton. He left a heart eyes emoji in her comments after she posted her Vanity Fair Oscars party photos. That comment got over 3,000 likes. He put himself in her mentions voluntarily. She had not tagged him. She had not referenced him. He walked into the frame. Then came a video he posted on his own page. He was driving a red Ferrari at high speed through Tokyo, doing drifts, the kind of content that fits his personal brand entirely. But at the very end of that video, the last moment before it cuts, Kim Kardashian is in the passenger seat. She is looking at the camera, hair up, white t-shirt, and when the car stops, she says, "That's insane." He captioned it something playful about Tokyo Drift. Fans went directly into the comments writing, "Hard launch." He posted that on his page. With her in it, that was his decision, not hers. Then the bike ride in New York. She posted it, but he was behind the camera. He has been the one putting himself visibly into her world before she put him visibly into hers. That says something about where Hamilton is in this. A man who has spent years being linked to high-profile women without ever confirming anything publicly. who has navigated a decade of speculation about his personal life without giving anyone a clear answer, started putting this woman on his social media. That is a behavior shift. It is documented and specific. When Kim Kardashian decided to start making this visible, she did it in layers, not all at once. The Coachella lap photo came first from her side. She was photographed sitting on Hamilton's lap at Justin Bieber's headlining set. That was captured by a photographer on site, not posted by her, but she did not hide it. She did not avoid the cameras. She sat there. Then the lately carousel on June 1st. Her Instagram, her caption, his camera, her scream. She chose every element of that post, and she chose to include him in it. Not in a polished way, not in a core-beaded way, but in a genuinely human way that her audience had not seen from her in a relationship context in a long time. The difference between how Hamilton has been public and how Kim has been public is worth noting. His moves have been more direct, putting her in his videos, dropping into her comments. Her moves have been softer and more controlled, sitting in the passenger seat rather than driving, being caught at Coachella rather than staging something there, posting a fall rather than a perfect photo. She let him be visible around her before she made him visible herself. That gap between his public moves and her public moves closed completely on June 1st, when she posted that carousel.2 Saturday to Monday days in Malibu, told two completely different stories about how public this couple is willing to be. Saturday night, a dinner, one of the most well-known restaurant arrivals in celebrity culture. Hamilton drove a limited edition Mercedes Maybach, a car notable enough that every outlet covering the night described it in detail. He stepped out first, walked around, opened her door. She stepped out in a pink jacket and gray skirt. They stayed inside for 2 hours. Paparazzi had the entire thing documented. That dinner was chosen. Nobody ends up at that specific restaurant in that specific car without knowing exactly how visible it will be. That was a deliberate decision to be seen in a particular way, polished, composed, together, but still at a slight distance from full confirmation. 48 hours later, the beach, a surfboard. They were in the water together, holding on to each other, and at some point, photographed by a photographer on site, they kissed. Not a posed kiss, not a red carpet moment, a kiss in the Pacific Ocean on a Monday afternoon. That was the first documented public kiss, and it happened 2 days after the composed photograph-ready dinner. One weekend, two completely different registers of public, and they did both, back to back, without saying a single word about any of it. That evening, after the beach, they were photographed walking arm in arm, heading to dinner again. Same location, same comfort, all of it captured, none of it commented on by either of them. Kim Kardashian said on her sister's podcast that her 4 children, her daughters and sons with Kanye West, were the reason she had stepped back from dating entirely. She said they sleep in her bed. She said she is the one getting them up and taking them to school. She framed her children not as a complication to dating, but as the actual reason dating was not happening. Then, during the Tokyo trip documented across several outlets, Hamilton, her sister Khloe and Khloe's kids were part of that trip too. It was a family trip, and Hamilton was in it. That is a confirmed reported fact from People magazine's coverage of the Tokyo outing, not a confirmed statement from Kim, but reported by multiple outlets that covered the trip. The distance between "my kids are why I'm not dating" and "this man was in Tokyo with my children and my sister's family" is significant. Kim Kardashian does not bring men around her children casually. Her history as a public figure makes that clear. The careful, extended process by which any man in her life gets access to that part of her world has always been documented as deliberate and protective. The Tokyo trip was not a small step. Lately, that is what she wrote. One word. Under a carousel that included Lewis Hamilton on a bike and Lewis Hamilton filming her fall off a bike and her own scream, she did not write his name. She did not write anything about their relationship. She posted a candid, uncontrolled, genuinely funny moment with a man she has been spending documented time with for 5 months. And she captioned it with a word that means, "This is just my life right now." That is the most complete statement either of them has made. And neither of them actually said anything. Lewis Hamilton has given no statement. Kim Kardashian has given no statement. There are no confirmed words from either of them about what this is or what they call it. What there is, a Cotswold hotel, a Super Bowl suite, a heart eyes emoji that got 3,000 likes, a Tokyo drift video with her in the passenger seat, a Nobu dinner in a notable car, a beach kiss documented by photographers, an arm-in-arm walk to a second dinner the same evening, a Coachella set with her sitting on his lap, a New York City bike ride where he filmed and she fell and she posted it. One word, lately. At this point, what would a confirmation even add?